Hey guys, Desolate Magic here, and oh boy, we got the first look and first spoilers from the upcoming Marvel set, which WotC is pretty confident will outperform the Spider-Man set. So the rumor on the street, and I think the street is one of the hallways at WotC headquarters, because I think that's where this came from. Spider-Man was supposed to be an aftermath set, so it was supposed to be like a little tiny mini set that came out after the last superhero one. And that was because it had to be like a distinct product that was licensed from Sony, because Sony owns Spider-Man or something like that. Or like the game rights to it or whatever, I don't know. Then they made it its own set. It was weak as hell and people don't care about just Spider-Man. So why not just throw everything out there, have every single superhero. And I think, yes, that is going to bring in more people from outside the community. Now, when did they finish this is the question, because depending upon that answer, they saw how Spider-Man flopped and cranked up the power level on this. I think they had this done by the time Spider-Man launched. So to assign cause and effect to that, I don't know about that. But first and foremost, these are the set symbols. The Marvel M, I guess. I don't know. Is that even the font they use? That is the normal set. And then the M with a comic book page on it is the Commander set, which just a little bit large, a little bit confusing, a little bit similar. I would have done like M and then MCU maybe, or like, I don't know. Or just don't put an M on it. Just have it be a comic book page. I don't know, like one is open and one is like flat. I mean, I kind of get it, but I don't love it. They're already dropping the ball right off the bat. But I have read a grand total of one of these cards and it is overpowered as hell. So, oh boy, buckle up because we are in for one. Let's just jump into Captain America Super Soldier. So he is a 3-cost double white, 3/2 legendary creature, human soldier hero, first strike. When he enters with a shield counter on him. If he would be dealt, damaged, or destroyed, remove a shield counter from him instead. So it's just like, the Lifesaver Amulet from Exile 3, but I don't need to tell you that, obviously. Everybody knows that. And then as long as Captain America has a shield counter on him, you, the player, and other heroes you control have hexproof, but not him himself, although the shield is basically hexproof. Sort of. I mean, you can still target him once and it goes away. So, I don't know. It's somewhere between hexproof and ward. So that's a little overpowered. This is like kill on sight immediately or you're going to lose. In fact, people on Arena and Standard are starting to play the Allies deck, and it's actually pretty good. So if that one is playable, just imagine what they're going to do with heroes. I think they might go a little far. And that stupid green card that already cycled out that said, like, I think it was one of the werewolf cards. It said, every single creature you control has hexproof as long as this is flipped over or whatever. I don't remember. It was that one lady. It was so annoying, impossible to interact with, and you would just lose because they always had an instant speed hexproof. So I think we're in for something like that again. I think this is going to shake up the format, and I'm not happy about it. So next up we got the Sentry Golden Guardian, which is a 4-cost white 5/5 legendary creature human hero, flying vigilance indestructible, and when the Sentry enters, target opponent creates the Void, a legendary 5/5 black horror villain creature token with flying, indestructible, and the Void attacks each combat if able. So you get a flying vigilance indestructible 5/5, and then your opponent gets a legendary 5/5 with flying and indestructible. Call me crazy, I don't think this is going to be a very popular card. Now, if you're quote-unquote on the same team as someone in multiplayer, they're still your opponent. Unless you've declared some kind of formal rules, or you're playing like two-headed giant commander or something. So that's kind of interesting. Otherwise, you're just slamming a 5/5 into a 5/5, and then you got to burn a whole other removal card to get rid of the situation you just put yourself in. And what you get out of that is a flying vigilance indestructible 5/5 for 4. Totally not worth it unless you like have a persistent like token shrinker or I don't know, something. Someone will find a way to play it. So next we've got Atuma, Atlantean Warlord. So legendary creature, merfolk, warrior, villain, 3/4, and other merfolk you control get +1/+1 because that's what they do. And whenever one or more merfolk you control attack a player, draw a card. Even for 4 double blue, that's utterly broken. They need to calm down with slivers, elf ball, and merfolk. Those are the 3 that just need to go away. Hopefully it won't catch on in Standard. I am 99% sure it won't. Next up we got Bruce Banner, a 1-cost blue 1/1, because of course, legendary creature human scientist hero, XX, tap it, draw X cards, activate only as a sorcery. Ooh. So for every 2 mana, you get 1 card, if you're not familiar with that. And then if you pay 2 generic, 2 red, 2 green, transform him, but only at sorcery speed. And then on the back, you get the Incredible Hulk, legendary creature, Gamma Berserker hero for that tribal. 8/8, reach, trample, and enrage. Whenever the Incredible Hulk is dealt damage, put a 1/1 counter on him. If he's attacking, untap him, and there's an additional combat phase after this phase. If you haven't seen that wonderful effect that I've been complaining about since the beginning of the game, there is a deck right now that clones the extra turn people, and they take, well, it's not extra turns, extra combat phases, but it might as well be extra turns, because they'll just take 15 different combat steps and you can't stop them. Really, really, really annoying deck. Now, it is not easy to flip this guy over, but I still hate that effect. I don't care. Then we've got Namor, the Submariner and Speedo Enthusiast. It's a 3-cost, double blue, star 4, legendary creature, mutant merfolk villain, and flying, and his power is equal to the number of merfolk you control, because of course it is. And whenever you cast a non-creature spell with 1 or more blue mana symbols in its mana cost, create that many 1/1 blue merfolk creature tokens. Cool, so now you can run Merfolk Tribal with just 2 cards. Awesome. I'll give him this, that is a creative new way to do Devotion, and I love Devotion. Then we've got, from the silly name convention, Baron Helmut Zemo, or Zemo, who knows? I'm sure we'll stumble across one of these. I've actually heard of it at some point. It's a 3-cost, black 3/3, legendary creature, human noble villain, and when you cast a black spell from your hand, he connives. I forgot what that is, something with counters. Then Boast, exile any number of black cards from your graveyard with 15 or more black mana symbols among their mana costs. Copy those exiled cards and you may cast up to 3 of them without paying their mana costs. Holy crap. And then Boast is only activate if this creature attacked this turn and only once each turn. But it is an instantaneous effect in the middle of combat, so yeah. Dude, mono black deck, this is out of control. So we might, bring back the Black Devotion decks in non-standard formats and then throw him in and do this new effect. That would actually be kind of cool. Then we got Dr. Doom. It's a 6-cost double black 3/3 legendary creature, human scientist villain. And when he enters, create 2 3/3 colorless robot villain artifact creatures named Doombot. Classic. And as long as you control an artifact, creature, or a plan, Dr. Doom has indestructible. At the beginning of your end step, you draw a card and lose a life. I mean, that's a lot of things for 6, but it's 6. So I actually kind of like this. This is a balanced card. Then we've got Doom Reigns Supreme. He large. It's a 2-cost enchantment plan. Only 1 black mana symbol in that 2-cost. And whenever a villain you control enters, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Put a plan counter on this enchantment. When the 5th plan counter is put on this enchantment, sack it. When you do, target opponent exiles the top 5 cards of their library. You may cast up to 2 spells from among the exiled cards without paying their mana costs. And I assume they mean right that second and it's a 1 and done, because it doesn't say that they gain that ability. And then, by definition, this is no longer in play, so this wouldn't be granting it the persistent ability, so I believe that's how that would work. Also, I find it very funny that he basically pimp-slapped Seattle. Next up, we got Super Skrull. I'm kind of familiar with that one, actually. It's a 4-cost, triple black, 4/5, legendary creature, Skrull shapeshifter villain. Flying. Nice, is a 5-color. If you pay 2 generic plus 1 white, create a 0/4 colorless wall creature token with Defender. Nice. And then if you pay 3 generic plus 1 green, he gains +4/+4 till end of turn. 4 generic plus 1 red, which making red one of the more expensive ones makes no sense, but he deals 4 damage to target creature. And then 5 generic plus 1 blue, target player draws 4 cards. Now see, that one should cost 6, but typically the green would cost the most and the red would cost the least because of who has access to the most mana. But I don't know, I guess they scaled it with power level or something. I don't know. But he himself is a 4/5, so yeah, this is a pretty powerful card. It's just, how are you even in a 5-color deck gonna get your hands on 3 black mana? It's not impossible that a really well-done deck can do it, but that's a whole lot of designing for a card that's not quite worth it. Next up, we've got Thunderbolt's Conspiracy. I have no idea who that is or what they're talking about, but it's a 4-cost single black enchantment with flash, and whenever a villain you control dies, return to the battlefield under its owner's control with a finality counter on it. That creature is a hero in addition to its other types. Neat. Next up, it's your boy Quicksilver Brash Blur. Oh, I like that. That art's pretty funny. It's a 1 cost, red 1/1 legendary creature mutant hero, and if Quicksilver Brash Blur is in your opening hand, you may begin the game with him on the battlefield. Really? Haste, in case you didn't think they were going to do that. And power up. Pay 4 with, pay 4 generic plus 1 red, 5 total. Put a 1/1 counter and a double strike counter on Quicksilver. Nice. This is just pure chaos. I love it. That's how you design a card right there. Next up, we got World War Hulk. Heck yeah. It's a 5 cost double green saga, and it's just a normal enchantment saga for once. What do you know? But then if you go to chapter 1, the next red or green creature spell you cast this turn can be cast without paying its mana cost. No cap on that, so it's just going to be that stupid dinosaur, and then your opponent loses the game instantly. So, if somehow you get to chapter 2, which you won't, put 3 1/1 counters on target creature you control. Awesome. Then if you go to chapter 3, choose target creature you control until end of turn, double its power and toughness, and it gains trample. Just in case you didn't kill him the first 2 times. Which you did, because standard is just utterly broken right now. Then we've got The Coming of Galactus. It's a 5 cost, double generic, double black, single green, oddly enough, saga. 4 chapters on this one. Chapter 1, destroy up to 1 target non-land permanent, and then 2 and 3, each opponent loses 2 life. And then 4, create Galactus, a legendary 16/16 Black Elder alien. Not technically true. Creature token with flying and trample, and whenever Galactus attacks, destroy target land. So Merilage was Galactus this whole time. Fight me. Oh, actually, I just checked, and he technically started as an alien, just not in this universe. But I thought he was one of the, I don't remember. There's some classification of beings that are, all-powerful. I thought he was one of them, but I guess he's not? So he's like a cosmic entity, but not classified as a celestial or something. I don't think I even have the term right. I'm not that way into Marvel, but I'm a little bit into Marvel. But then there's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. I don't know what the heck that is. So it's 1 generic plus 1 green plus 1 blue. And why not? 2/2 legendary creature, human dinosaur hero. And whenever you draw your second card each turn until end of turn, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur's base power and toughness become 6/6, and they gain trample. Whenever an artifact you control enters, draw a card, and this ability triggers only once each turn. Okay, so as long as you keep the artifacts full and you got a 6/6 with trample, I mean, that's actually a pretty good card. And then we've got a whole bunch of cards that are from the, I guess, special guest, bonus sheet thing, whatever. So this one is, let's see if I can find it. Okay, Marvel Comics, Captain America. Oh, this is Captain America Super Soldier. Okay, so that's just like the one we just saw. Then we got the alternate of Bruce Banner there, which I kind of like that one. I think these are called source material cards. That's what the name of the series is, and I kind of like that. Then we got, Namor the Submariner. Cool. And then, of course, Doctor Doom. And then we've got World War Hulk. The Coming of Galactus. Oh boy, this is... I mean, I wasn't into comics back in the 90s and stuff, but this is still classic. I love it. Then we've got whatever series this is. It's the reprints, which I guess, okay, so those are some kind of showcase frame, except not showcase, because they're the cards that are actually in the set. These, I believe, are special, or the special gifts, because special gifts are not playable unless they're otherwise legal, I believe, but I don't know, they keep flip-flopping on it. It doesn't even matter. This one doesn't even have a set symbol on it, so good luck finding out if it's legal or not. So it's a reprint of Ephemerate, Then we've got Dig Through Time, which I'm not even sure is legal in any format anymore. I just checked, it's banned in Modern and Legacy. Legal in Pioneer for some reason, that I thought wasn't true. Restricted in Vintage, my god. And then legal in Commander and a bunch of other weird formats that nobody plays. So then we got Harbinger of the Seas. Oh boy, that one's a fun one actually. Lord of Atlantis, the origin of the term Lord card. Oh boy. Widow-making Infiltrator, which is Douthie Voidwalker, reprinted. Then there's Extinction Event. Ooh, le snap. Oh my god, it's sorcery, choose even or odd, XL each creature with mana value of the chosen quality. Holy crap, they did it. In case you're living under a rock, the STAP deleted 50% of all living beings or intelligent living beings in the universe to save on resources or something, even though that would cause economic collapse, and he's just an idiot socialist. And so they put it on a card that blows up exactly half, sort of. That is amazing. Anyway, Electra, Deadly Assassin, which is just Massacre Girl, because of course. And then there's Chaos Warp. Ooh. See, that's why you shouldn't have a face made out of bricks. I've been telling y'all that. Force of Vigor. Love that spell. Then there's Heroic Intervention. Nice. He's holding up the collapsing thing. I like that. That's actually, I believe, still a really expensive spell. So that version of it is going to be real pricey. And then there's Heroic Intervention again. I do wonder what led to that decision. Their cards number 78 and 79, so they intended it, I guess. Actually, with how they arrange it, that's not necessarily true. But then, 80 is also Heroic Intervention. Then we've got, oh yes, the Horn of Greed. Not important. What is important is that is the toot meme right there. That is the Dr. Doom I toot where I want toot meme. So the lore on this one, I am familiar with this actually. The guy on the left is an Indian tech support scammer, and he's telling him not to redeem the gift codes. To which Dr. Doom, gets an attitude and says, "Ha, I do as I please," and toots as thou dost desires. So they're putting memes on cards again because honestly, it's gonna sell some cards. Now, Horn of Greed isn't even close to the Pot of Greed meme, but it's still up there. Well, that's it for now, but these seem really, really, really high-powered. Who would have thought? It's like they want to sell the set or something. So, can't wait for that to invade Standard after what the last Airbender did. It did up the deck variety, the variety of crap that I don't want to play against and is just driving people out of Arena if they're not a try-hard weirdo. But the competitive scene, guys, look at all of the diversity. My gosh. And that mole card is totally not a problem because it only had a 39% win rate overall. Guys, it's fine. Some broken control-a-thon shit show was more powerful than that, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm worried about all of it. They need to take all of Tier 1 and cut the head off of it simultaneously, if you ask me. But they're not going to do that because everybody wanted, win on turn 3 high-powered Standard so that they can just get their dailies in on Arena and move on with their life. And they decided to cater to those low IQ, impatient, probably literal children. And the instant gratification crowd usually doesn't have any money, which is why they're failing right now as a company. So that's the other news in the Magic world. Can't wait for WotC's bankruptcy sale, and I'll see you guys next time.